stepping down after 50 years. Not because of doubt, but because it's time to rest. He reflects on faith, forgiveness, and the people he's loved. Ain't standing on no pulpit, just sitting here on my porch. You had to leave there, but if you listen just one more time, I'll tell you what I learned in rhyming and up. But I ain't preaching, just talking plain, like a man who's loved and lost and gained. It ain't in the words of worthless, it's in the hands you hold. Give you belong, so quick remember me when I need one's old. Say he loved God and he loved us all. I baptized babies in that cold creek bed, buried soldiers with tears in my head, held the hand of the drunk, the thief, the shamed, and never once felt I was above the same. I sinned, I stumbled, I cried at night, but grace came quiet like morning light. Not with thunder, not with flame, just a whisper, son, I know your name. So I ain't preaching, just talking plain, like a man who's carried joy and pain. It ain't in the robes, it ain't in the choir, it's in feeding the hungry and lifting the tired. So if you remember me when I'm gone, say he loved God. He loved God and he loved us all. When I stand before him, I won't speak loud, just bow my head and thank him proud for the wife he gave, for the souls he sent, for the chance to love and to repent. And now I ain't preaching, just resting my soul with a good book open and a heart made whole. If my voice still echoes in your mind, don't quote my words, just be kind. And when you see me love done. My last sermon, but I ain't preaching, just remembering him. And you. No shoes, laying hose, love and rose, like electric. Up hills night till so to mine through tears. You asked me, Paul, what's your secret to life? I took a long breath and ended my strife. It ain't in the money, the car, or the name. No off that you give, not the one that you claim. Your mama taught me more than the fields ever knew, like how silence can speak when the sky turns blue. The things I tell you, son, if I could start again, work with your hands, but lead with your heart. When you fall, don't hide, let them be stopped, and you'll take out long door. You already saw. I lost a boy once, your uncle, my pride, shot down in a jungle, nowhere to hide. His letter still burns in my Bible's old page. Tell mama I smiled right to my last day. I learned that night God don't promise no ease, but He walks every step of your knees on the crease. And the strongest men ain't the ones who don't cry, they're the ones who still stand when the storm rolls high. The things I tell you, son, if I could start again, work with your hands, but lead with your heart. When you fall, don't hide, let them see your scars, and hold someone close through the long, hard stars. Don't chase the world, let it come to your door. The best things in life you already saw. I drove that old tractor from Kansas City to noon, plowed every acre beneath this red moon. But the crop I'm proudest of, that that you, my kin, raised you in faith, not just fed you and gin. When you hold your own child, just rock real slow, whisper their name like the Lord already knows. And when I'm gone, don't you plant me in stone, just put me beneath the big oak, take me home. Time's a wild horse, you can't rope it tight, so love while you can in the pale morning light. And when you get old and your knees start to groan, tell your story slow, like I'm telling you now, like I'm telling you now. The things I'd tell you, son, if I could start again: love deep, forgive fast, and live like you're known. When you're broke, don't beg, just keep working the land, and thank God each night for the bread in your hand. If you die with no riches, but your heart's full and warm, you live like a man, you live like a man. The things I tell you, son, if I could stay just one more day. You'll know the coffee on that tune, the one you've sung since June of '71. Your hair's gone gray, your step's a little slow, but when she's the first time I know, you fold a towel like you always do, and hum a hymn I never knew. But I know you, every line, every grace, and I fall in love in that quiet space. It's still the first time when you say my name, still the first time I forget my pain, still the first time I feel brand new, every time I look at you. 40 winters and the fire's still bright, you're my morning, you're my night. And if I live to be 92, it'll still feel like the first time with you. We've had our storms, we've had our years, lost lost a child, faced our deepest fears, but you held my hand through the darkest door and loved me more than I could ask for. Now the house is quiet, the kids are gone, but I still watch you move along that kitchen floor with that same old grace. And I thank God for this everyday place. It's still the first time when you touch my hand, still the first time I understand that love ain't fireworks, love ain't show. It's you right here after all I've known. Through the years, through the gray and blue, it's still the first time. It's still the first time with you. They say time fades the brightest flame, but ours just grew from spark to name. Not loud, not fast, just true and deep, like a promise the soul can keep. It's still the first time when you say I'm here, still the first time I conquer fear, still the first time I feel it's true that I was made for only you. So when I go and my breath is through, I'll whisper still the first time with you. Still the first time. Every morning, every night, my only love, my wife. We've shared its fence since we were boys, worked the same dirt, raised the same noise. Him and me like brothers, sure true. Same church, same truck, same morning dew. But then one day in June I saw his wife standing in the barn door stall. Sunlight on her hair, coffee in hand. fire, not in fight. Just slow, quiet every night. And if I burn for this sin I've known, I don't blame him. I blame the road I've gone. She don't know, she'd never guess. Just smiles and howls your harvest, yes. But when she talks, I hear the grace, and I see a life I can't replace. I've walked away from that back porch light, fists clenched tight in the dead of night. Prayed to God to take it away, but he just let it stay. I don't blame him for loving her. He built that home, he earned every word. He fixed her fence, held her through pain, while I just watching the rain. And if I die with this truth in my chest, let 'em say I fought but failed the test. And if she's happy, that's all I know. I don't blame him, I just love her too slow. It ain't lust, it ain't rage, it ain't pride. It's just two souls who met on the wrong side of a fence, of a vow, of a sacred line, and I cross it every time in my mind. I don't blame him for loving her. He's the man she chose, he's the man she heard. I'm just a shadow, the one who sees the life I want on his knees. So I'll stay silent, I'll do my part, work the land, break my heart. And if I burn, let the flames be true. I don't blame him, I only blame. I don't blame him, I blame wind that carried her voice to my sin. was 17, grease on my hands, fixing my daddy's truck on a Friday night stand. Then she walked in a blue gingham dress, hair like honey, I could hardly confess. She said, "Can I ride?" I said, "Only if you stay." We drove down the gravel where the fireflies play, radio crackling a Hank Williams tune, and I fell in love beneath that June moon. Oh, I was sweet on that girl from Cotton Bend, with a smile that could heal and a heart without end. We two-stepped barefoot on the old wooden floor, laughed at the preacher knocking on the door. No diamond ring, no big wedding band, just me and that girl. And the Lord understand. We'd meet at the diner, share one piece of pie, talk about babies and where we might buy a little white house by the red barn lane, with a porch swing creaking in the sweet summer rain. Her daddy said, "Boy, you got nothing to give," but I had my hands and the love that I live. Now 30 years gone, she still holds my hand, and we dance in the kitchen like we planned. Oh, I was sweet on that girl from Cotton Bend. Now she's my wife and my best, truest friend. We've weathered the storms, we've paid every cost, but I'd choose her again, no matter the loss. Still sweet on that girl with the gingham dress, and I always will be. I must confess, the world's gotten loud, but we keep it slow. Same old song, same love we know. And when I'm gone, let 'em say of me, he loved one woman faithfully. Yeah, I'm still sweet on that girl from Cotton Bend, with the silver in her hair and the light without end. We'll dance in heaven just like we did, to a crackling radio and a Hank Williams hymn. No grand goodbye, just a soft see you soon, me and that girl beneath the harvest moon. Sweet on that girl from Cotton Bend, and I always will be, till the very end. I knew her voice before I turned around, like a song I thought time had drowned. She stood there slow, with a cane in her hand, and the years all fell like grains of sand. That bench is cracked The paint's long gone, but the willow still sways where we carved our names on. She said, you still wear that old brown hat? I said, only 'cause you said I look like that. 50 years gone, and the world moved fast, but here we are like the first time we passed. No need for words, no need to explain, just two old hearts beating the same. She sat down slow, I took her hand, back at the start where we began, on the bench by the creek where we said forever, just you and me. They sent me off in '54, said don't come back, there's war, there's war. I wrote you letters, but none got through, and when I came home you'd moved with your kin to New. I waited 10 years, then let it be. Figured you found your own destiny, but I never married, never could see another woman who looked like thee. 50 years gone, and the world moved fast, but here we are like the first time we passed. No need for vows, no need for rings, just the love that never takes wings. She smiled that smile, the one I knew, and I felt 16 all over you, on the bench by the creek where the willow still speaks of me and you. Time stole our hair, it stole our youth, but it never touched the truth that some loves don't fade, don't bend, don't break, they just wait for the heart to wait. 50 years gone, but the love stayed true, and here we are with nothing to do but sit hand in hand, watch the water glide, and feel that old sweet quiet pride. So if we die here side by side, let them say we came to where we belong, on the bench by the creek where we love too long to let go. The bench by the creek still holds us, still knows our name. morning. She's out in the mud, chasing chickens, fixing the plow with blood on her hands from the thorn in the wire. But she laughs like it's part of the order. She milks a cow, feeds the hog, sings to the corn like it knows the gods. And Friday comes, she washes her face, puts on her dress, and I see my place. 'Cause she can two-step in rubber boots, spin like a top and break the roots. Fiddle screams, the floor starts to shake, and the whole room says that's one fine make. She don't need a ballroom, a chandelier, just a beat, a grin, and a man who's sincere. And me holding on, trying not to fall every time she dances. She owns it all. We danced first time in a tractor shed, rain pouring down, not a soul inside dead. I said no music, she said we got rain, so we waltzed to the thunder, no shame, no pain. Now 50 years gone and her hair's turned gray, but she kicks off her shoes and says let's have a day. And when that old fiddle starts to cry, she's 16 again, and so am I. 'Cause she can two-step in rubber boots, spin like a whirlwind, light up the roots. Fiddle screams, the neighbors all shout, she's still got it, no doubt, no doubt. She don't need a stage, she don't need a crown, just a man who loves her in this little town. And when the band plays and the stars come out, she owns the floor without a doubt. They say love fades, well they ain't seen my girl in that dress dancing wild and keen. She's my heart, my laugh, my rhyme. The best thing I ever did was marry that wife. Yes, she can two-step in rubber boots, kick up the dust and make the room salute. Fiddle's on fire, the bass is low, and she's dancing like she don't know it. She's old and she's tired, that time's run fast. She's just my girl in that moment and class. She can two-step in rubber boots. Lord, I love that woman. Yeehaw! Play it again, fiddle boy. Bureau drums, no piano, no halo piano on the hose. Oh, after 60 harvests, I reckon it's time to go. The doctor says my back won't bend, and my knees scream every time I'm in. I was riding the tractor this morning, and new young Billy Joe said, take care at home. She ain't got the soul. Dear old dirt and dirt and brown and true, you fed my family, carried me through droughts and floods, through joy and pain. You gave your best, and I did the same. I never thanked you took in toil, but I loved you, dirt, all the while. Yeah, I loved you like a man loves home, even when I was broke and all alone. I buried my dog beneath the sycamore tree in my first corn crop near the old creek. You held my tears when Mama died, soaked them right up, never denied. I kissed your soul when my boy was born, and whispered, grow strong like the fields at dawn. Now my hands are weak, my sight is thin, but I still feel you deep within. Dear old dirt, brown and true, you fed my family, carried me through droughts and floods, through joy and pain. You gave your best, and I did the same. I never thanked you, just took in toil, but I loved you, dirt, all the while. Yeah, I loved you like a man loves grace. You held my life in every trace. They'll pave you one day, I know it's true. Turn you to parking, sell you to new. But when the wind blows through that empty lot, I hope it carries what I cannot. A whisper soft from an old man's soul, that dirt was holy. Made him whole. Dear old dirt, rest in peace. You gave a poor man a life of ease, not in gold, but in bread and pride, in honest sweat and arms open wide. So when I go and my bones lie low, lay me back where the wild grass grows, and let me turn to dust like I belong back to you. My old dirt. Where I'm from. Dear old dirt, thank you for everything. ain't upstairs, we ain't in a rush. Just sitting here quiet as hush. You're wearing mama's shawl, I'm in my time. Still can't believe you're here, and you're mine. The swing creaks slow, like it knows the tune of two old hearts mending too soon. Or maybe just right after all these years, wiped away the dust, faced our fears. So this is our first night, no fancy bed, just stars above and the words we said. You laugh at my joke about the tractor stall, and I fall in love 10 times more small. No need to move, no need to try, just you beside me beneath this sky. After all the rain, after all the pain, it's quiet like this that love feels plain and true. You said, remember when we almost kissed by the well in June in the golden mist? I said, yeah, and I've wondered since why. You smile, maybe God saved it for tonight. And we talk about the kids, the farm, the fence, then sit in silence, no pretense. And when you rest your head on my arm, I whisper, thank you, Lord, for her and home. So this is our first night, no champagne, no band, just fireflies dancing on the old back land. You hum that hymn I used to know, and I feel 20 in the afterglow. No rush, no show, no need to prove, just us this swing and patient love. After all the years, after all the rain, it's you and me again. They said too late, too old to start, but love don't care about the world's dark art. It grows in silence, in shared routine, in coffee, in chores, in what love means. And tonight, it's ours, plain and real and full. So this is our first night, no bells, no fanfare, just you in my arms and the cool night air. You say I'm happy with tears in your eyes, and I hold you close like a long-lost prize. No need for more, no need to roam, This porch, this swing, this heart is home. After all the loss, after all the strain, we found our way again. First night, but feels like forever with you, Jean, with you. Monday morning, she's out in the mud, chasing chickens, fixing the plow with blood on her hands from the thorn and the wire. But she laughs like it's part of the choir. She milks the cow, feeds the hog, sings to the corn like it knows the gods. Then Friday comes, she washes her face, puts on her dress, and I see my place. 'Cause she can two-step in rubber boots, spin like a top and break the roots. Fiddle screams, the floor starts to shake, and the whole room says that's a one fine make. She don't need a ballroom, a chandelier, just a beat, a grin, and a man who's sincere. And me holding on, trying not to fall. Every time she dances, she owns it all. We danced first time in her tractor shed, rain pouring down, not a soul in sight, dead. I said no music, she said we got rain, so we waltzed to the thunder, no shame, no pain. Now 50 years gone and her hair's turned gray, but she kicks off her shoes and says let's have a day. And when that old fiddle starts to cry, she's 16 again, and so am I. So she can two-step in rubber boots, spin like a whirlwind, light up the roots. Fiddle screams, the neighbors all shout, she's still got it, no doubt, no doubt. She don't need a stage, she don't need a crown, just a man who loves her in this little town. And when the band plays and the stars come out, she owns the floor without a doubt. They say love fades, well they ain't seen my girl in that dress, dancing wild and keen. She's my heart, my laugh, my rhyme, the best thing I ever did was marry that wife. Yeah, she can two-step in rubber boots, kick up the dust and make the room salute. Fiddle's on fire, the bass is low, and she's dancing like she don't know that she's old, that she's tired, that time's run fast. She's just my girl in that moment in class. She can two-step in rubber boots. Lord, I love that woman. Yeehaw! Play it again, little boy. When I was 16, you were new in town. Hair like honey, feet not touching the ground. You hidden no dirt roads or the sound of a crow, but you smiled out at the rooster like you loved in disguise. And I showed you the creek, the barn, the sky. You taught me to read poems I never knew why. Then one June night, beneath the old tree, you said stay with me, and you gave me your knees. So we swung on that road, laying low, for a love through rain or snow. Listen, no matter where you go, I'll be right here when the blossoms bloom. No rain, no church, no written vow, just us that swing, and the here and now. And if time could stop, I'd make it be right there under the apple tree. They sent me off in '62, said son, come back if you come back soon. I wrote you every week till the mail ran thin, and then the war stole the days and the silence came in. I came home slow with a limp and a scar, knocked on your door but you weren't where you are. The neighbor said she waited years, then moved to the city, dried her tears. So I swung on that rope all alone, whispered your name to the wind and stone. You said you'd wait beneath the bloom, but the world took you and left me in gloom. Still I believe in your promise to me, right there under the apple tree. 40 years passed, I was gray and slow when a letter came with your handwriting, though you wrote I never married, never could see another man who looked like thee. I kept your letters, your photo, your name, and I came back today to the same old lane. So we swung on that rope, slow and low, two old hearts beating just like before. You said I waited all my life through, I held you close to be anywhere else, just you and me. Back where it started, wild and free, right here under the apple tree. Under the apple tree, where love began and never left, just waited. We didn't go to no city hall, didn't wear white, didn't spend it all. Just two old souls in Sunday best, with shaky hands and a heart still blessed. The kids brought chairs from every home, laid 'em in rows round the apple stone. Sarah played "I'll Fly Away" on the porch piano, and the wind carried every word like a halo. So we said "I do" right here in the backyard, under the oak, where the sunlight's so scarred by time and seasons, by love and by loss, but still strong enough to hold us across. No judge, no crowd, just the ones we hold dear, with a pie on the table and a prayer in the air. And if heaven looked down, I know what it said: they've earned this joy after all that they've bled. Billy read the words from Mama's old book, voice cracked once like he couldn't look, but he smiled through, said, "Dad, it's right. She's been your light since the stars took Mom from sight." Jean wore wildflowers in her hair, gray as the dawn, but radiant there. She said, "I ain't young, but I'm yours tonight, and every morning for as long as life." So we said "I do" right here in the backyard. No need for rings on a hand so scarred, just love that waited, love that stayed through every storm that time had made. The neighbors clapped, the fiddle played slow, and the crickets sang like they knew, you know, that some loves don't start with a spark or a flame. They just rise again and stay the same. We don't need years, just one more spring, one more harvest, one more thing to grow old slow hand in hand on this good earth and this holy land. So we said I do right here in the backyard. No need for show, no need for guard, just grace and grit and a love that grew like corn in July, strong and true. Now the lanterns glow, the stars come out, and we dance barefoot without a doubt. And if we're slow, well, that's just fine. We've got the rest of forever, one step at a time. Right here in the backyard with Eugene, with all of you. Thank you for being here.